Hello everyone and welcome back to Mega Man on the Nintendo Entertainment System. I am One Wild Sheep yet again, and today we're taking on Popo? No, this isn't Popo from the Ice Climbers.
Hi.
And no, it's not you either. This here is the Iceman. So, Iceman here shoots ice, and of course, his level is ice themed. Now, these enemies by here you can see running towards us. Basically, if you shoot the bomb half of their bodies, the heads will sort of pop off and start flying towards you, and they're really obnoxious to take out. So if you see them, shoot them in the head first before anything else. And you also, from this stage, you also get introduced to these enemies, these penguin type fellows, who decide to start flying towards you. Now, unlike the rockets, there's rockets that do the same sort of pattern in the game as well. They will explode when you shoot them. These guys don't, so be thankful for that. Be thankful for that. Just shoot them, and hopefully you can get a power up or two out of it, like I got one up earlier. An extra man, if you will. But anyway, as you can tell, this is an ice level, which means traction is pretty much gone. Mega Man as a whole was always a game series where, well, the first Mega Man is one of those games where traction is just awful in the first place. But now you have awful traction mixed with even worse traction, so now you can literally slide on the floor for like 10 seconds after stopping moving. It's actually quite ridiculous. Anyway, this here, folks, is actually this level's major main gimmick. Reappearing, disappearing blocks. Now this is actually a staple of the Mega Man franchise, a staple that I really wish would disappear. If you excuse the pun. It's a pretty cool pun actually, but anyway. These things I despise with all my heart. I hate these things. They're just awful things that you need to take care of, because you need to basically memorize the pattern, and memorizing this pattern is usually really difficult to do. But anyway, without any further ado, Iceman, he's a robot that was created sometime later. It took me ages to do this. But Iceman is a robot created for work in a cold district. Its ice slasher can freeze any object. A good point is he's a show-off. That's a good point. Okay, a bad point is he's self-centered. He likes snowball fights, but he hates saunas. Makes sense, you know, heat and everything. So, you know. So that little cavern as well, we just crossed a gigantic ravine. Well, good luck trying to do that without the magnet beam, because that little cavern is awful. What you need to do is basically jump on those little floaty things, and they basically move at complete random. So you could actually be stuck there for well over 10 minutes if you don't have the magnet beam on you. And to explain the magnet beam properly, basically what it does is shoots out this little blue energy laser that allows you to stand on. You stand on the blue energy laser, and you can cross massive platforms. And I'm telling you, you require this thing, as I said last part. Anyway, it's time to take on the cool as Iceman himself, Iceman. Basically, you'll need to want to equip a Lackman's weapon for this, and basically 3 hits will take him down, no problem. So Iceman is actually very easy to kill. But be careful, even after you did kill him, his ice attacks can still do damage to you, so be very careful of that. But anyway, that's a pretty chilled out level, if I do say so myself, and now it's time to move on to the next level. It's the next level in the list, where things are going to go from extremely cold and chilled out to extremely hot and flaming. It's time to take on Fireman. Alright. Anyway, this stage is filled with lots of lava pit traps, which means basically if you reach, there's lots of bottomless pits you can fall into basically in this one. And there's lots of bombs, a lot of explosives. This is what pretty much the most obstacle-based level out of all of them, I guess. Like, Iceman is the most platformy out of the levels. This one's a bit more obstacle-based compared to anything else. And from the lava below, you'll periodically see fireballs pop up from underneath. These fireballs will slowly dive down from the top of the screen after they shoot out the lava, and be careful of them, because if you get clipped the wrong way, Mega Man has a huge knockback. So if you get clipped the wrong way, into the lava you go, and you're about to be melted into molten whatever alloy he's made out of. They say plastic because I like to think Dr. Light went cheap on him. Anyway, Fireman is a robot created for work as an incinerator. In an incinerator, even. His main weapon is called Firestorm. Bloody hell, it sounds like something out of Skyrim, doesn't it? The Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim using Firestorm, or whatever Elder Scrolls is relevant to the point of time you're watching this video anyway. A good point is he's hot-blooded. That's a good point. Okay. A bad point is he's hot-tempered. Oh. Heat puns. I like to warm up to these things usually, but oh well. Anyway, he likes summer camp, but he dislikes rainy days. Oh, shame. Anyway, up by here you're going to see this little fire thing. This looks extremely foreboding and really difficult to time. Yeah, it is. Unless you have the magnet beam, in which case you can just do a little hop and make yourself a tiny platform to jump on up. And that's basically the hardest part of the level done with. Now, these missiles, be careful of them, because the explosion residue can hurt a lot, and chances are you will get killed by the explosion residue. That's usually how I get killed by these things. It's not them going into me, it's me shooting them, and then not judging the distance of their explosion properly. So yeah, be careful. Also, be careful of these floor mites. I don't actually know what they are. I call them floor mines. Use Cutman's weapon to get rid of them, unless you have the aim of a god. Not an aim of god. What's the opposite of an aim of god? Well, if you have an aim like me, basically. But anyway, that's the end of the stage. Very simple level. Be careful of these last fire pits by here. And if your health is as low as mine, I'm gonna tell you right off, you're not beating the stage. Unless you have some sort of magical tools. Because Fireman will annihilate you like this. Because as far as I'm concerned, he has no distinct pattern. He shoots at random, and when he does shoot, if you jump over his attack, it'll leave a little trail of fire underneath you that'll still burn you anyway. So, trust me, Fireman is a nightmare to take care of. Just get hurt, just kill yourself, and you'll respawn right before the boss to try him on again. Of course, naturally his weakness is ice, so ice melts into water, water hurts him, boop-de-boop. So yeah, use Iceman's weapon against this guy, and hopefully things will go well. It'll be a bit of a shocker though, if you, it won't be a shocker even if you fail, because this is actually the hardest robot master of the lot, I feel. I can't beat, this is like one of the only robot masters I've never done with Mega Buster alone, so he's a nightmare. He's a nightmare. So basically, just try your best to dodge his attacks as much as you can, and just keep peltering him with Ice Blast until he goes down. Oh, looks like we cooled him off. Oh, 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 oh. I love puns. But anyway, with that, that is all 6 Robot Masters complete. In the later games in the series, they actually have 8 Robot Masters as opposed to 6. I don't know why they went with 6 in this one, I have no idea. Anyway, it's time to take on Dr.Wily. We must stop Dr.Wily. And of course, the most annoying sound in the world. Oh god, my brain. This sound effect is in every Mega Man game that features Wily in his UFO. Although for some reason his UFO changes colour after this game. No matter, welcome to Wily Castle number 1. This is basically difficult. How do you think? We're on the run up to the end of the game now. Basically, the level starts off with 3 of these jumpy things, and as I've stated before, they will take off a quarter of your health each. Not a quarter, a third. So if you get hit by 3 of these guys, you will die. There's not even any going about it, you will die. And that gets me into one of the major points about why a lot of people think this is the hardest Mega Man game out of the lot. Well, some people think Mega Man 8 is, but that's something else for another time. But this is because in the later Mega Man games, you get items that allow you to recover your health. These items are not present in this Mega Man game. Also, you can freeze the fire, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that item is not available in this Mega Man game. You have to do everything in one life bar. And the way this game is designed, it's possible, but it's extremely, extremely difficult to do. So just expect to die once or twice. You're going to see a lot more spikes as well around this point in the game because, as I said before, spike pits equals insta-death. It's probably a good thing Mega Man never tried to play volleyball or anything, because if you try and spike the ball, who knows what would happen. Get it? Spike the ball. I'm so witty. Anyway, just do your best and try and collect as much health pickups you can, and kill as many enemies as you can as well on your way through the stage. However, be careful, don't bother killing the 3 major bad guys at the start of the stage, just try and run underneath them, because you'll waste a lot of time otherwise. But the thing about these castle levels, all 3 castle levels, they force you, they make you utilize every single power at your they make you use pretty much every Mega Man power they can if you want to escape through here, fine. Except for Bomb Man, because Bomb Man's powers are actually just flat out useless. I wish it wasn't. I love the idea of an explosion, but hey, there we go. Also, be sure to use the magnet beam by here, but also be careful. You'll want to try and keep the magnet beam up and not mess up in this room. Because if you mess up in this next room, like I actually do in this video now, you will have to grind for a little bit of energy using that last room. Every time you go back and forth between a room in certain versions of this game, not all of them, certain versions, you will actually be able to recover any energy or item picks up that you missed or already collected. So, as a result, I have to go back down here, collect these, go back up, go back down, collect them more, and so on and so forth. It's actually quite a bit of a nightmare, and thankfully, I cut it out. There we go. So once my magnet beam energy is filled up once again, up I go to the next step. And we are pretty close to the end of the first Wily castle now, folks. Like, this game actually isn't that long. It's actually a very short game. As you can probably tell by the playlist, because this is going to be 3 videos long. I think. Yeah, 3 videos. Anyways, time to move on to quite possibly one of the most hardest bosses in any video game ever. Meet, ladies and gentlemen, the Yellow Devil. And you have to manually dodge all these. If you don't, you're going to die. Basically memorize the pattern, because the pattern in which he actually moves from left to right on the screen by going into these tiny blob forms doesn't change, but it's still really hard to memorize. It's really hard to get right. And you basically need to be pixel perfect in order to get to the next side of the screen and do damage. Use the lightning attack though, because otherwise, well, a bit of a shocker, you won't do much damage on him and he'll win. In fact, this boss has given many people nightmares, including me. Like, see, pixel perfect. I was just off of that jump, causing me to die. Fortunately, I didn't die too many times, so let's just go on now and actually take this guy on and actually defeat him once and for all. But yeah, Yellow Devil is actually the first of many devils that are actually going to be in the Mega Man franchise. There's going to be, I think there's like, I don't know how many versions exactly of the devils there are, because some Mega Man games I know better than others, and sometimes they repeat the same devil types, but I do know there's a couple of devils in the entire franchise, and they're not all the same, they just have a similar design, that's all. Like, the Yellow Devil is still by far the single worst one in the series. The Green Devil being the easiest and most pathetic in the series, but that's something for another time. Makes sense, because green is usually associated with the easy levels of difficulty, so yeah, there we go. At least the green one in Mega Man and Bases, anyway. Which is a game I don't really want to LP. That game's gonna be difficult. Anyway, just rinse and repeat, same tactic, and the rock monster here, as he was actually called back in the day, his official name is Yellow Devil, but when he first came out in European and American shows, he was known as the Rock Monster for some reason. Don't know why, he looks more like Clay than Rock. Either way, our Clay friend is about to get killed. So I might as well do the outro now. So thank you all for watching, people, hope you all enjoyed, don't be sheepish, and when we return next time, we'll be finishing off Wily's Castle, and defeating the game, saving the world, and stopping Dr.Wily. Don't be sheepish, people, hope you all enjoyed, thanks for watching. Bye!